Hello everybody, this is GamerGar and welcome back to another video of Stardew Valley. For the purposes of today's video, we are going to talk about things that I never use in Stardew Valley. I have a list of things I'm going to go over here in this video, and I'd like to hear your opinion at the end on whether you use these utilities or not. First up, let's talk about the Hat Mouse. There's an NPC in the game, he's called the Hat Mouse, and he basically sells hats. More hats actually unlock in his shop, the more in-game achievements you acquire, and the more obstacles that you get through. The great thing about the hats is that you can store them all in a dresser, so it's a great way to stock up on cool aesthetics, but it's something that I never use, because I never feel that there's a great need for hats. You can get plenty of cool hats elsewhere, but what do you think? Next up, let's talk about the movie theatre. The movie theatre is a hard-earned utility that you can unlock at the end of the game. It's probably the best utility in the game to increase friendship points with any of the NPCs, because you can buy a golden ticket, bring them in to the cinema, and before you know it, you're going to have tons of hearts with your favourite NPC. The only thing about the movie theatre is that I never actually use it when it gets unlocked, because by the time I do get around to unlocking it, I'm normally in a good place with all of the NPCs in Stardew Valley. But what about yourselves? Do you use the movie theatre a lot? And if so, how often do you use it? I know you can only use it once a week, but would you use it every week or maybe every month? The other thing about the movie theatre is the crane game, and you can get some cool items in there, but most of the items you can get from the crane game are aesthetic and don't really benefit your farm that much. Next up, let's talk about regular sprinklers. If you've watched most of my playthroughs by now, you'll notice that I never actually ever build regular sprinklers. I always wait until I get level 6 farming to get the quality sprinklers. The difference between a quality sprinkler and a regular sprinkler is staggering. Look at the farm that we have here that has regular sprinklers. There's not a whole lot of room. Also, you need a copper and an iron bar to make a regular sprinkler. It's just an iron and a gold bar and a refined quartz for the quality, and those mats are fairly easy to acquire even at the start of the game. Next up, we have the Life Elixir. Now you can actually make life elixirs in this game by using a red mushroom, a purple mushroom, a morel and a chanterelle. The reason why I don't use life elixirs is because normally when I pick up purple mushrooms, especially if I have the botanist profession, that's normally enough to heal me up pretty well and to give me lots of energy. Now the life elixir is really good for health and energy, but you have to ask yourself, is it worth combining all those mushrooms to make, even though the purple mushroom can do a good job in itself? Next up, let's talk about the oil of garlic. Now if you take this, weaker monsters will avoid you, but you need 10 garlic and 1 oil to make just one of these, and it's basically a buff that lasts for a few in-game hours. The oil of garlic can be handy in certain scenarios. Maybe if you have a low combat level and you don't want to get ambushed, you could use the oil of garlic. But for the most part, if you go into the likes of the Skull Cavern, it's not really going to stop a serpent from flying into your head and swinging out of it. Oil of garlic is something I don't use a lot, but if you use it a lot yourself, let me know in the comments and explain why. I'd love to hear from you. The oil of garlic could be underestimated, but in my opinion it isn't. Next up, we have the quality bobber. Now the quality bobber can increase the quality of fish that you catch. The reason why I don't use this at all is because by the time I start getting my hands on quality bobbers, my days of fishing are over, because I primarily only fish at the start of the game to acquire huge amounts of money. And if I'm fishing at the end of the game, it's not to get high quality fish, it's to just get specific fish so I can get a star drop off Willy. If you use the quality bobber yourself, let me know in the comments. Quality bobber can be good, I suppose, especially for legendary fish, if you want to get that extra quality. Look at the legend, for example. That's the most profitable legendary fish in the game. So I suppose if you got that with a high quality, you could get a lot more money. But that's just one example. Is it worth using it over other items that you can put into the rod? The trap bobber, for example, to increase your odds of catching difficult fish. Next up, let's talk about the slingshot. If you've watched a lot of my videos, you'll probably notice that I never use a slingshot. I'm more of the bomb/pickaxe person myself. Now the slingshot can be handy, but there's one huge weakness. It cannot hit nodes that are far away from walls. You have to aim for walls with it. So it's only effective on nodes that are close to walls. And because it's only effective for those type of nodes, it's not something I use at all. I would rather just drop a bomb or take out a pickaxe and mine the few ores that I actually need. Do you use the slingshot yourself? Let me know below in the comments if you use the slingshot and what are the major perks of using it. Fair enough, it is a ranged weapon and it can damage enemies. But if you get your hands on a galaxy weapon or an infinity weapon, you're going to make very short work of enemies regardless. Next up, let's talk about the Joja Mart. The Joja Mart is something that I never actually use, ever. The only perk I can see with the Joja Mart is the following. If you're doing a challenge run, you can unlock bundles very quickly if you can accumulate money quickly, unlocking the entirety of the game at the start, potentially in spring. If you go the Joja route, you can also purchase auto petters. Now they are expensive, but they're so worth it. Outside of that, there isn't really any other word for the Joja Mart. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. Next up we have totems. All totems bar the desert totems. I think they're a bit of a waste. It's not something I use at all. The farm totem, perhaps if I need to get to bed quickly, but most of the challenge runs I do, I end up passing out, and because I don't have a whole lot of money on me, because I'm always spending it for upgrades etc, I don't get built quite a lot either. And if I take a hit to my energy, I'm skilling up all the time anyway, so I'm going to start with full energy the next day. Let's use the beach totem here to see what happens. It puts us on the beach, which is nice. But how often would you use the beach totem? I suppose a good example would be if you wanted octopus in the mornings, which is a hard catch, so you wanted to maximise your time. Other than that, I can't really see a great use for it. But if you disagree, let me know in the comments. I just use the mountain totem here. I can't really see any sort of a good use for this. I know you can get the robins fast, but she's literally a screen away from your farm anyway. Next up, let's talk about the Adventurers Guild. The Adventurers Guild is something I don't use a whole lot, except going to guild to get prizes when monster eradication goals have been completed. As we can see here, Marilyn sells all manner of weapons. Look at the silver saber, the pirate sword, the cutlass, the claymore, they all cost a few grand. Look at the bone sword there, 9,000 gold. And you can get that very easily by farming skeletons when you get to floor 70. So Marilyn isn't someone I visit a lot. Even rings, you can very easily get all those rings off the haunted skulls in the quarry cave, they're so common. Would you visit Marilyn a lot? And if so, what kind of weapons would you buy off him? So that's basically it. They are all the utilities and items that I don't use in Stardew Valley. Leave a note in the comments if you use any of these items or utilities. So I'm going to leave the video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll upload the next Stardew Valley video in the next day or two, so stay tuned for that. And as always, I hope you have a great day. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified for my future videos. And as always, have a great day.